Questions about who benefits most from Oklahoma's private school tax credit program, why critics say the expanded program is helping more higher income families.
This is the Fox 25 News at 5.
We want to get you to Fox 25. Chief Meteorologist Jack Griffin got your back with a first look at the forecast for the evening and the weekend. Jack, has kind of had a little bit of cloudy, overcast couple days. They cool things off a little bit with that front. Sounds like the sun's going to come roaring back on us.
Yeah, it is going to be really hot this weekend, Adam, especially on Father's Day on Sunday, where temperatures are back up into the upper 90 range. Now, here in the metro, we didn't really see very much rain, but this morning we had a lot of heavy rain across the southern part of the state. As you can see, with the measurement totals over the past 24 hours, we did get some rain here in the metro, especially kind of on that southwest side. But most of the rain that we did have was across the southwest and south central parts of the state. And now we're looking at mostly just dry conditions for the remainder of the evening. So it actually should be a pretty nice Friday evening out there for us. Over the past 2 days, you can see that it does add on into more of the northern part of the state. So overall, though, as you can tell, the central part near I-40 has been fairly dry the past couple of days, missing out on some of these storm options. Now, you've got the storms still expected to be staying pretty close to the stationary boundary, which is across really North Texas and into extreme southeastern Oklahoma. And they have more just complex of showers and storms floating out across portions of the Great Plains and the northern plains. So we're probably looking at dry conditions for tonight, but we can't totally rule out storms in our forecast as we go into the weekend, and some of those chances will be severe. We're looking pretty good now in the metro area, temperatures in the middle 80s. You have more 90s in the northwest corner of the state because it's been sunnier there for longer. The rest of the state has been being held back by some cloudy skies, and so that's the reason why parts of our area are up to 25 degrees warmer than yesterday, where other parts of our area, especially to the east of I-35, are down a little bit. We've got winds returning out of the south at around 10 to 20 miles an hour right now. So again, an overall nice evening as expected. Our futurecast shows that we again have quiet conditions out there. Now, there are a few little rain showers. They're kind of just bubbling up at times. Not saying that we're going to be looking at anything widespread, but there's a possibility maybe a little passing shower is able to form overnight tonight, but it wasn't really a high enough chance to put it on the map for us. Lows are going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s. And then tomorrow we've got temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s with a chance for storms, but these will be much later on at night. So we'll talk more about the timing of our storm chances coming up in our main weather. But if you have plans tomorrow, you actually should be good to go, despite what that graphic looked like. We'll talk more about that in our main weather and also the chance for severe storms and the more storms that we have in our forecast going into next week. Adam, back to you.
Thank you, Jack. We got your back with a warning about kratom and mitragynine alkaloids. The Oklahoma Office of the Chief Medical Examiner says it's seeing an increase in fatal overdoses in Oklahoma tied to these substances. Fox 25's Paige Taylor joining us live from the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics with the details. Paige, what can you tell us?
Well, Adam, kratom can be found in gas stations and dispensaries in the state. It is derived from Southeast Asia. The Medical Examiner's Office and the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics is warning Oklahomans about the dangers that can come with consuming kratom products. Now, between January of last year to May of this year, the state's toxicology lab saw 58 death cases in which one or more mitragynine-related substances were detected in a biological sample. People sometimes use kratom in an effort to manage chronic pain. I spoke to a mom who lost her son in 2021 to kratom.
It's not good, and I just don't want to see another parent have to bury their child over something because it's not safe.
We've seen a shift in the market of kratom use within the state of Oklahoma. Traditionally over the years, it was just normal plant products. We've seen a shift into concentrated tinctures and tablets of various mitragynine alkaloids.
OBN is reminding people that in Oklahoma, synthesizing kratom is illegal. And I'll have much more on this coming up tonight at 5:30. For now, reporting live at OBN, Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Paige. And a lawsuit over inmate transportation duties in Oklahoma County moving forward. Sheriff Tommy Johnson argues the Oklahoma County Jail Trust, not the sheriff's office, should be responsible for transporting inmates between the jail and the courthouse. The lawsuit's now been assigned to a judge in Canadian County. No hearing date has been set. Two Oklahoma lawmakers are taking a fight over utility rates to the state's highest court. Representatives Tom Gann, Kevin West filed an appeal with the Oklahoma Supreme Court over a proposed $29 million rate increase for Oklahoma natural gas. The lawmakers argue customers were not given proper notice or an opportunity to participate in the case before the Oklahoma Corporation Commission. If approved, the increase would be the fourth rate hike granted to ONG in the past 4 years. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission expected to make a final decision on the proposed rate increase later this year. New data raising questions about who benefits most from Oklahoma's private school tax credit program. The Oklahoma Tax Commission reports most recipients already enrolled in private schools, while participation by higher income families continues to grow. Critics argue the program directs public dollars away from public schools, while supporters say it expands educational choice. The parental choice tax credit was expanded this year to $275 million. Oklahoma health officials warning about the spread of a dangerous drug-resistant fungus known as Candida auris can cause serious infections in patients with underlying health conditions and spreads easily in healthcare settings. State officials say Oklahoma's reported 352 cases since 2023, including 129 so far this year. The highest concentration of cases has been reported in the Tulsa area and southeastern Oklahoma. A manhunt underway for a suspect in connection with the city. Police accused 22-year-old Oscar Sanchez Munoz of killing one person, injuring 4 others along interstates I-70 and 670 Tuesday. After the shooting, officers followed the suspect to a home, leading to an hours-long standoff, but the house was set on fire. Sanchez Munoz fled the scene. He's also wanted on an active warrant with a $100,000 bond. The FBI offering up to $25,000 for information leading to an arrest. Big tech companies hoping to lobby Congress for protection from child harm lawsuits as the pressure on social media companies increase worldwide. National correspondent Matt Galka reports from Washington.
Some members of Congress have tried for years to put new restrictions in place for big tech social media companies in an effort to keep children safe online. One major bill, the Kids Online Safety Act, has bipartisan support, but is so far stalled out. Reuters reports Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, has been lobbying members to include immunity from child harm lawsuits from thousands of parents who say social media has hurt their families. They reportedly would drop their opposition to the bill if immunity language was included. A spokesperson for one of the bill's sponsors, Tennessee Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn, told Reuters, "We have not seen that proposed language and would never consider it."
For years, Meta has done everything in its power to keep Mr. Zuckerberg from the witness stand, and after his testimony in this case, we know why. He has lied to Congress for years.
Blackburn ripped into Meta co-founder Mark Zuckerberg at a hearing last month in the wake of multi-million-dollar verdicts in California and New Mexico that found the company liable for designing addictive platforms that affected mental health, endangering children, and misleading platform safety. There are reportedly more than 2,000 pending lawsuits Meta is facing, and they're not the only big tech company lobbying Congress. According to OpenSecrets.org, Meta spent almost $26.3 million on federal lobbying in 2025. Amazon spent nearly $19 million, and Alphabet, the parent company of Google, spent more than $16.5 million. The state of Florida has also launched multiple lawsuits targeting big tech companies OpenAI, Snapchat, and most recently TikTok for child safety reasons.
That begs a bigger question. It's kind of like the old Frankenstein novel. If you create a monster and it hurts people, are you not responsible?
The pressure big tech is facing here in the United States comes as governments around the world look to outright ban the platforms for kids. The UK announced this week they're looking to ban social media for children under 16 by 2027. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
A new report highlights just how expensive home ownership has become for many Americans. Researchers at Harvard University found the monthly cost of a median-priced home rose to $3,200 late last year. Now that's up from $3,100 a year earlier and represents a 46% increase since 2019. The rising costs are fueling bipartisan efforts in Congress to develop legislation aimed at improving housing affordability. Researchers say housing costs now even higher than they were in 1990 when mortgage rates reached double digits. Juneteenth on the East returning for its 6th year, new venue and a major headlining act. The 4-day celebration runs through the 21st. Grammy award-winning rapper Lupe Fiasco will headline the main concert Saturday. Organizers say thousands are expected to attend what has become one of Oklahoma's largest community-centered cultural celebrations.
In the beginning, it was always really trying to bring something new and different to the East Side community. A lot of us grew up here, and a lot of us, have attended other festivals in other places in other cities, and we wanted to see if we could bring something cool and different to what we do here on the East Side. And so none of that's changed. We're always trying to, listen to what the community says, and also, find ways to expand, to grow, and get better.
Festival also features family activities, food trucks, local vendors, live music, art, and a youth basketball tournament. 22 Oklahoma women being honored for making a difference in their communities. The United Nations Association of Oklahoma City and the Happy World Foundation will host the 2026 Women of Impact Awards on Saturday. Organizers say honorees were selected from hundreds of nominations for their work in education, healthcare, business, and community service.
It's not just about their titles and their leadership. We've got plenty of titles in there, but these are women that are filling the gaps. Some of these women, for example, one woman has, over her career of being a professor, given back over 110,000 new books in the hands of children through her Books for Tots program.
The women also will receive special recognition from the Oklahoma legislature for their contributions. Well, a record number of Oklahoma shelter animals are getting a second chance at finding a new home. Norman and Moore Animal Welfare, partnering with Dog as My Co-Pilot, to transport 88 dogs and cats to rescue groups and adoption organizations in Colorado, Montana, and Oregon. The flight is the largest rescue transport in Norman Animal Welfare history and is aimed at easing overcrowding at local shelters. Officials say most of the animals have already been matched with rescue partners or prospective adopters. Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a new ceasefire in Lebanon, according to a U.S. official, after a recent surge in violence threatened to derail broader diplomatic efforts across the Middle East. Our national correspondent, Kayla Gaskins, has more from Washington.
Talks between the U.S. and Iran were supposed to start in Switzerland Friday, but that didn't happen. The White House blamed logistical issues. However, the discussions were postponed as fighting flared up between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Israel has the right to defend itself, but fundamentally, the Israelis, just like everybody else, have to respect this peace process that is fundamentally good for them and good for the entire region.
Lebanese state media said at least 18 civilians were killed by Israel in the attack. Israel says 4 IDF soldiers were killed.
IDF soldiers must stand between Hezbollah and Israeli civilians. We will not wait for the next attack to reach our homes.
Iran, which financially and militarily backs Hezbollah, is demanding guarantees the conflict in Lebanon will end before it moves forward with U.S. talks.
What the president has grown frustrated sometimes is that we seem to be right on the cusp of a major breakthrough in the agreement, and then all of a sudden there's a major explosion that goes off in a civilian population center in Beirut, and a lot of people who have nothing to do with Hezbollah lose their lives.
Amid the pressure, Israel and Hezbollah signed their own ceasefire agreement Friday morning. Meanwhile, Iran's new supreme leader put out a message on social media Thursday saying the memorandum was brought out of desperation from the United States. Trump responding on Truth Social Friday morning, writing, "We didn't meet out of desperation, Iran did. They are finished." The Strait of Hormuz remains a sticking point.
Those ships are flowing out of the Hormuz Strait like nobody's ever seen before, actually. There were a lot of them, about 700 of them, and they're pouring out.
Iran initially agreed to allow ships to pass through without tolls for the 60-day negotiating period, but has since wavered on that point. Before the war, ships passed through the international waterway for free. There is ongoing mediation to get the U.S. and Iran talks in Switzerland rescheduled. It's expected to be discussed over the weekend as President Trump heads to Camp David. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
So the showers and storms that we had this morning have now pushed on off to the south across North Texas, and really you have to be closer and south of the stationary boundary to actually get some showers and storms. So most of Oklahoma right now is quiet. We do have additional complexes of showers and storms across neighboring states, but right now none of those are expected to come into our area until potentially tomorrow. So over the course of the weekend, both days have the chance for showers and storms, and I think both days those opportunities for storms should be much later on in the evening, especially for tomorrow. We'll talk about both days, but obviously obviously, I think that a lot of the actual daylight hours for the weekend will have a lot of dry time. So you've got plenty of dry time to enjoy the weekend, especially going to some area lakes, especially on Sunday with a temperature there of 97 degrees. It would be a great one to take a dip. You can see our current lake levels in our viewing area. Arcadia, Thunderbird, and Arbuckle are all pretty close to normal. You go into more of green country, Tenkiller, Eufaula, and Grand Lake. Those are all a few feet higher than normal, but nothing crazy like it was last year where we had a number of lakes in that 15 to 25 feet higher than normal range. Again, we are looking at things to be overall pretty good for the weekend, a lot of boating wise there. Now, as we go on into our Saturday, we've got a dry day out there for us. My model is painting some storms out there, but we pretty much have to wait until a complex of storms comes in out of Kansas during the overnight hours. And then on Sunday, we have to wait for this cold front to be arriving into the area. That also might be a bit delayed as well into more of the evening hours. So like I said, I think a lot of the actual daylight hours for tomorrow and also on Sunday for Father's Day should be good. But both days do carry with it the chance for severe storms. You can see most of our area is under a marginal risk with actually a little slight risk showing up there. But look at the time. Coming in Saturday night after 7 p.m., winds up to 80 miles an hour and golf ball sized hail. Basically, that sounds pretty high, but we do expect there to be storms that'll be much stronger to our northwest, and they are weakening as they come on into northwest Oklahoma. The big question is going to be just how fast do they weaken. You'll see with our Futurecast model for the day tomorrow, it's again going to be a warm, pleasant day out there with dry conditions all day, as you can see. And then here we go into the evening hours, and this would be about midnight or so. You're noticing storms are coming on in, and the track of those storms will be taking them into northwest Oklahoma first, and they are fading away as they move on into the state. So the question is going to be just how fast do they weaken as they make their way into northwest Oklahoma, or have they already faded away by then? That's just going to be kind of the question. It's going to be pretty hard, though, for those storms to get east of I-35 and south of I-40 for our Saturday night. And then on Sunday for Father's Day, you can see with our planner, it's going to be a hot one. So if you've got a tea time, dads, hopefully it's a little early on because it's going to be hot with temperatures into the 90s with heat index values over 100 across much of the area on Sunday. And like on Saturday, there is a chance for storms. There's a much larger marginal and slight risk across our area on Sunday as this cold front begins to kind of push on through. And so with our Futurecast for Sunday, you're going to be noticing that we've got maybe a few passing rain showers in the morning, Sunday morning, but most of the day is still really hot and really dry. And then here we go in the evening. There could be some storms that are going to be able to form along the cold front as it begins to move on in, but there may not be very many storms until potentially, like on Saturday, much later on at night. And so we really could be waiting pretty late at night, Sunday night, for the storms to actually get here. So basically all we're saying is it's going to be the chance for storms both days, but I think both days this weekend like to have that storm chance primarily later on during the nighttime hours and overnight hours. But Sunday does come with it more heavy rain opportunities, which can be seen even in the metro area going into early Monday morning. Those storms on Sunday are along a cold front that take us down from the upper 90s to the 80s, closer to average. And you can see as we go into next week, we're looking at primarily just more spotty showers and storms that are going to be in our forecast. So a lot of these storm chances, they may bubble up because it's going to be kind of a warm week this week, or we could be talking about storms coming in from elsewhere, making their way into Oklahoma. So over the next 7 days, we could be looking at an easy 1 to 3 inches worth of rain for our area, and then about 2 to 4 inches worth of rain across the eastern half of the state. The 8 to 14 day keeps us in the above average category, both for temperatures as well as rainfall. But I do think, though, that we're looking at actually fairly normal temperatures for this upcoming week. 67 overnight tonight with partly cloudy skies and a stray shower out there. Most of us, though, are dry with temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Tomorrow we are looking at a warmer day with a high temperature coming in at 89 degrees. Some storm chances are possible again, but that's going to be much later on in the evening. So most of tomorrow really should be dry out there and be good to go to the pool and to the lake. And then you can see with our 10-day forecast, again, more storms are expected on Sunday, but that's, again, much later on in the evening with more of those daytime chances next week. Adam, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jack. Now, there's a new battle brewing over some of the most popular weight loss drugs in America. While the Trump administration moving to expand your access to these drugs, some employers are saying they can no longer afford coverage. The National News Desk's Angela Brown explains.
There's a good chance someone you know is on a GLP-1 drug. Last year, 1 in 8 adults said they were on a GLP-1 for weight loss, diabetes, or another condition. Reuters is reporting that about 10% of employers who now cover GLP-1 drugs for weight loss said they plan to drop the drugs in 2027. The reason? Cost and payoff. Daniel Labroad designs and builds healthcare plans for companies. He says the math is not adding up for some employers.
And so you say, hey, I'm going to spend $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month for my employee to get it. The problem is Most 25 to 30% of employees stop it after 6 months. 50% stop after 12 months. So if I put an employee on, if I just spent $12,000 to $20,000 on an employee for a GLP-1 for a year and then they drop it, what happened? I wasted as an employer. I wasted $20,000 in claims.
The waste, he says, happens after someone stops. Most patients will gain the weight, so those months of claims don't pay off long term. Now, you've probably seen the headlines that GLP-1 prices are coming down. That's true. It's a real shift. Chris Klum, the deputy administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, told Fox Business earlier this year that the administration's drug pricing deals are being felt.
Right now, if you need a GLP-1, you're now paying half of what you were paying just a couple of months ago before he announced those deals.
But that savings is showing up in direct sales and on Medicare and Medicaid, not necessarily in the deals employers negotiate for their workers. Last year, the president announced a deal that would cover obesity drugs for adults at lower prices through Medicare and Medicaid. In addition to short-term users, there are also long-term users, and more people actually qualify for a GLP-1. Health experts say that even if the prices go down, since more people qualify, more people will sign up, and costs could still go up. Reporting in Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
Waymo recalling thousands of self-driving vehicles over concerns involving construction zones. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says nearly 4,000 robo-taxis are affected. Investigators found the vehicle's software sometimes failed to recognize construction areas and freeway ramp closures. In several cases, robo-taxis in San Francisco and Phoenix entered roads that have been closed to traffic, creating a potential safety risk. Aldi giving shoppers a chance to score free products through a new mystery box promotion. The grocery chain is launching blind box bundles featuring surprise assortments of snacks, protein products, fiber items, and other food selections. Boxes are free, will be shipped directly to consumers who claim them online. Aldi says shoppers can follow the company's Instagram account for daily box reveals before visiting the website to reserve a bundle. The giveaway runs June 22nd through June 25th. Available on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last.
This is Fox 25 Sports.
Another collegiate baseball national championship will be crowned on this field in just a few days. No games in a couple of days, and that's rare. It only happens when two teams from each bracket go 3-0, and that is the case this year for North Carolina and Oklahoma. They're unbeaten going into this best-of-3 championship series, and they will go head-to-head in Game 1. The Tar Heels come in with truly amazing defense and pitching. The Sooners booming home runs at a remarkable rate. For Carolina's Gavin Gallagher, he has seen a lot of ups and downs in his Tar Heel career, but now...
We were here in 24, ran into two good teams. Came close, and then last year we're one inning away from being in Omaha again, and so that really hurt. So to be back here, win our first 3 games, be in a national championship, it's something that, it's truly amazing.
His coach, Scott Forbes, is all about preparation and hard work, but he says there is a secret sauce.
And just playing like a little leaguer and having a blast doing so. And how can you not? This is unbelievable. We're at the College World Series. We talk about it's an honor and a privilege to wear our uniform at University of North Carolina, but it's also an honor and a privilege to be here playing on that field. I want our guys to feel that. I want them to play with joy and have a blast playing together.
The Heels look for the program's first national championship in 12 trips to Omaha in June. Oklahoma seeks the program's 3rd title, the first since 1994. And for OU, it's all about family. Desan Harris started as a walk-on.
It means everything. I thank my coaches and my teammates for always believing in me. I've dreamed of this moment since I was a little kid, and coming here was part of that.
And we're really thankful for our league. Our league is a tough league. It prepares us. The SEC is the #1 league in the country, and it prepares us a lot for what we've accomplished. And we've been through the adversity and learned through the adversity. And I'm really thankful for getting to coach these guys. I really am. I can't say it enough. And I'm really proud of them. I am.
The start time for Game 1 of the Men's College World Series has been moved up. Officials say it's due to impending inclement weather. Game 1 between Oklahoma and North Carolina will now start at 2 o'clock on Saturday. If you have tickets, they'll still be valid for entry.
I'm Dee Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
The thing we're most excited about is the fact that so many Arkansas students are doing better now than they would have been doing pre-LEARNS legislation.
Arkansas Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says her state has had a major breakthrough in education since a 2023 law called the LEARNS Act took effect. That's according to Fox News. Sanders says proficiency rates have increased more than 7% across all grades and subjects. She says she hopes it will serve as a model for other states. Luigi Mangioni's lawyers say they won't claim he was suffering from an extreme emotional disturbance in his state murder trial in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. That's a reversal from their decision on Wednesday. It essentially would have been an admission of guilt, but could have led to less time in prison. Mangioni has pleaded not guilty to federal and state murder charges. The Obama Presidential Center in Chicago is now open as Americans celebrate Juneteenth. The center's nearly 20-acre campus includes a museum, a branch of the Chicago Public Library, an athletic center, and more. Juneteenth commemorates when Union troops came to Galveston, Texas in 1865 at the end of the Civil War, declaring the state's slaves were free with absolute equality. And that's your news update.
You can see more from the National News Desk at 5 o'clock on Saturdays on Fox 25. Beloved Toy Story franchise returning. The Robin Hood legend reimagined, and a fight for the House of the Dragon continues. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with a look at what's new in this week's releases.
Reunite with Buzz, Woody, Jessie, and friends in Toy Story 5 as the group teams up to take on a new threat to playtime, screen time. Longtime voice cast return, including Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and Joan Cusack.
Would you like to know a secret?
Hugh Jackman leads a dark twist on a legend with the death of Robin Hood. Jackman plays an injured Robin Hood, confronting his violent past while in the care of a mysterious woman who offers him a chance at salvation.
You coming or what?
The coming-of-age story Girls Like Girls is written and directed by Haley Kiyoko, based on Kiyoko's hit single and novel about a new girl in town experiencing a summer of first love.
Ryan, you okay?
Supernatural indie horror Leviticus centers on two teenage boys haunted by a violent entity, taking the form of one they desire, each other.
Welcome, gentlemen.
On digital, writer-director and star Ed Burns leads Finnegan's Foursome, following brothers on a trip to scatter their late father's ashes on a golf course in Ireland, where rivalry turns to bonding.
Oh, Isabel!
Netflix adds the rom-com Voicemails for Isabel with Zoe Deutsch and Nick Robinson about a woman leaving voicemails on her late sister's phone, leading her to an unexpected connection.
I think Matthew's alive.
The streamer also has the crime drama series I Will Find You with Sam Worthington and Britt Lauer about an innocent man serving life for the murder of his son who gets evidence his child may be alive and breaks out of prison on a mission for the truth.
Where were you?
On HBO and HBO Max, an epic battle begins as House of the Dragon Season 3 continues the Targaryen fight for the throne. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
For tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, maybe a stray shower out there with a low of around 67 degrees. Southeast winds will be around 10 miles an hour. Heading on into our Saturday, we are looking at temperatures to top out at around 89 degrees. Much of the day is dry. However, later on tomorrow night, there'll be a chance for some storms that'll be out there. Some of those storms tomorrow night can be strong to severe as they come out of Kansas and Colorado, but the overall trend will be for them to kind of weaken as they make their way into our area. So we'll be watching that as we go on into our Saturday night. But daytime hours are looking to be good out there. More severe storm chances are possible on Sunday as we do have a cold front coming through, but it's going to be hot before that. So Father's Day is going to be toasty with a high of 97 degrees. And we'll then be looking at more opportunities for some storms in the forecast next week. The one good thing, though, about our storms on Sunday is that they are going to be along a cold front, and that will help to drop us down from 97 for the high on Sunday to 86 for the high on Monday. And then those rain chances just kind of keep us around average for a lot of next week. Generally in the middle 80s to low 90s. By the later parts of our forecast, more of our forecast looks to kind of dry out by the following weekend, and we look to get pretty hot again.
This is the Fox 25 News at 5:30.
We got your back with a warning about kratom and mitragynine alkaloids. The Oklahoma Office of the Chief Medical Examiner says it's seeing an increase in fatal overdoses in Oklahoma tied to these substances. Fox 25's Paige Taylor joining us live from the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics with more. Paige, what can you tell us?
Well, Adam, kratom can be found in gas stations and dispensaries here in the state. It is derived from Southeast Asia. The Medical Examiner's Office and OBN are warning Oklahomans about the dangers that can come from consuming kratom products.
Zach, he was so full of life, and he just was a great person to be around.
Kimberly Bounds knows the heartache of losing a loved one to kratom all too well. She lost her son in 2021.
He had 3 times the legal limit or driving limit of kratom in his system when he passed away from the medical examiner's report.
People sometimes use kratom in an effort to manage chronic pain.
He had suffered a bad shoulder break before Christmas of 2020. And it was during COVID, and he was having a lot of pain, and they didn't give him any pain medication. So he was going to convenience stores and getting kratom over the counter thinking it was helping him.
Between January of last year to May of this year, the state's toxicology lab saw 58 death cases in which 1 or more mitragynine-related substances were detected in a biological sample.
We've seen a shift into concentrated tinctures and tablets of various mitragynine alkaloids, and these are concerning because they have a strong opioid-like activity similar to morphine or fentanyl.
The toxicology lab started seeing an increase last fall that has continued into 2026.
Traditionally, when we saw kratom-related fatalities, they typically had other drugs on board as well that contributed to that. As we move forward with some of these more concentrated alkaloids, we're seeing them in isolation, so it may be the only drug that we detect and in a death that looks like a drug overdose.
In Oklahoma, synthesizing kratom is illegal.
It is illegal in Oklahoma to sell any mitragynine alkaloid that is above 1% 7-hydroxy. So in other words, synthesized kratom is already illegal in Oklahoma, but that doesn't mean that criminals are not finding new ways to distribute it and users are not finding new ways to get access to it.
Bounds is glad to see the efforts to alert the public of the dangers.
It's not good, and I just don't want to see another parent have to bury their child over something because it's not safe.
And of the 58 cases that the state's toxicology lab has received since last January where a mitragynine-related substance was detected, Tulsa County had the highest rate with 14 cases, followed by Oklahoma County with 9 cases. Reporting live at OBN, Paige Taylor, Fox 25 News.
All right, thank you, Paige. Got a big day coming up here on Sunday for you and a lot of other guys out there. Father's Day, man. Gonna be a little bit of a heater.
It's gonna be hot out there, so it might just be a good weekend to just watch some golf and watch some World Cup and some NASCAR. Like I think it's gonna be a good weekend out there.
Sounds like dad stuff.
Man, it's that's the thing that I like to do. It's going to be a little too hot for me to detail the car, though. It's just going to be way too hot out there, especially on Sunday itself. But we had a lot of storm activity out there this morning, and that dumped a lot of heavy rain across the southern part of the state. Now, the metro didn't really get much of that. We had a trace amount at the airport, and there were a few reports, especially on the kind of more southwest side of the state, of the city, that we did get a little bit more in the way of some rain shower activity. But a lot of the storms were down south, and that's where those 2-3+ inch worth mesonet totals are showing up as. Then we turn on the mesonet totals over the past 48 hours, and you can see that the northern part of the state was the one that benefited there. So the central I-40 corridor has kind of missed out on a lot of these rain shower chances. There's going to be storm chances over the course of the weekend. Both days have the chance for storms, but I think, though, that a lot of us will have to wait pretty late at night for both of those opportunities. Now, our storms that we had this morning are now moving southward thanks to that stationary boundary. You got to be pretty close to that boundary or south of it to actually get some storms. We are noticing more scattered showers and storms across portions of Nebraska and Kansas, but those will not be making their way into our area over the course of the night tonight. We really should be looking at a nice, pleasant evening out there on our sky cam. We've been noticing in the metro area especially, our clouds have been thinning out out. It's been sunnier for longer across northwest Oklahoma. That's why there's more 90s there. We're still in the 80s in the metro, but we are warming up a little bit compared to the earlier on this afternoon. But compared to 24 hours ago, we've got the rainbow effect here, where we've got about 10 to 20 degrees warmer across much of our area, and then the southeast corner of the state has been down by about 5 to 15 degrees. And that's been all thanks to the passage of that front, cloudy skies, and those rain showers. Most of our winds right now are out of the south at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. It should generally kind of stay in that range for the remainder of the evening. So tonight really should be a nice forecast out there for us. So if you've got plans for going out to dinner, going out this evening, we should be fine as we've got dry conditions and partly cloudy skies. There might be a little stray rain shower overnight tonight, but it was not high enough of a chance to put it on the map for us. But there might be 1 or 2 showers that kind of float around the area for tonight. Lows will be in the upper 60s, and then tomorrow the chance of rain is there, but like I said, it's primarily later on at night. So the daytime hours should be good with temperatures that'll be in the upper 80s and low 90s. So we have severe storm chances tomorrow night and also on Sunday as well. We'll talk about the threats and the timing, and then also talk more about our chances for storms as we go into next week. And back to you.
For many college athletes, summer a chance to rest and recharge, but for some soccer players, it's another opportunity to improve. Fox 25's Emma McAndrews spoke with players and coaches at the Oklahoma City Football Club about why they're spending their summer on the field.
Well, the college season may be over, but the work isn't just yet.
It's a professional environment. We get lots of touches on the ball. The coaching's great. I feel that every day's competitive and really just setting me up for the future.
The Oklahoma City Football Club's Summer League brings college players together, giving them a chance to continue competing during the off-season.
The WPSL started as, simply put, a college summer league for women's soccer players. It's grown into the largest women's league in the world. It's headquartered here in Oklahoma City, and it does a great job of giving opportunity to the players across the nation, but also lifting them up and preparing them for things even outside of soccer.
For players, the league provides something training alone can't.
You need the competition to be ready for the fall season, and they really do a good job of getting us out here 3 days a week and preparing us like we couldn't do that by ourselves.
Whether it's fitness, technical skills, or simply staying at the top of their game, every player has something they hope to improve before returning to campus in the fall.
Staying in shape, staying in game shape, getting to play with some new people that I really haven't before, and ultimately, whoever I'm playing with is going to make me better. So I think that's really what I am able to get out of OKCFC.
And this summer isn't just about staying on top of their game, it's about taking the next step.
Playing overseas, or soccer's growing here in America, so hopefully getting on a team here in the United States.
Overseas or in the WSL would be the main goal. I mean, that's what I've been working at since I was young. That's definitely the dream for sure.
Playing professionally would be just a dream come true. I mean, I think that's every little girl's dream.
League leaders say the players who continue to develop during the offseason will be the best on the pitch come their next college season.
We provide to these players is an opportunity to go back to whatever their next step is, being a little bit hungrier to play, being fresh, being challenged, and all of that together, hopefully they go back a better soccer player than when they left in May.
This league is just one of the many changing the game for women's soccer. Reporting in Mustang, Emma McAndrews, Fox 25 News.
Thank you, Emma. League officials say the goal isn't just keeping players active during the summer, it's helping them return to school better prepared than when they left. You can see them play tomorrow. The club's division plays two reserves team plays at 4, followed by the Oklahoma City Football Club at 7, both games at Mustang High School Soccer Complex. U.S. men's national team faced Australia at the World Cup today at Lumen Field in Seattle. Many Oklahomans got together at Skinny Slim's to watch the team, although 2 Team USA fans found themselves in Oklahoma City, really getting into the spirit.
Good afternoon, Hokies. We are here for Team USA, and I think yes, sir!
4 years ago, when the United States played in the last World Cup, we were in New York, so we all went to a bar in Brooklyn, and we dressed up. And we said every year for the World Cup, or every 4 years, we're going to run it back. And so we were in this garb in LA, and now we're going across the country.
Full regalia.
All doing it all.
Players say they're traveling across the United States to support Team USA as they continue their quest for the ultimate trophy. Here's what's coming up tonight on Fox 25 at 7. It's FIFA World Cup, Brazil and Haiti, followed by the Fox 25 Late Edition. Juneteenth on the East returning for its 6th year with a new venue and a major headlining act. The 4-day celebration runs through the 21st. Grammy Award-winning rapper Lupe Fiasco will headline the main concert on Saturday. Organizers say thousands are expected to attend what has become one of Oklahoma's largest community-centered cultural celebrations.
You know, I hope it's special. I hope they understand all the hard work that we put in. You know, none of us, you know, are paid to do it. We volunteer every year to put this on, and I just hope that, you know, they understand that, you know, we do this for the community, and they understand that we do this with them in mind.
Festival also features family activities, food trucks, local vendors, live music, art, and a youth basketball tournament.
Again, we had all of our rain showers and storms for the day this morning thanks to the passage of our front, and this stationary boundary, as long as it stays where it is, should keep the storms in southeast Oklahoma as well as south of there into more of Texas and Louisiana. Back off to our north, we do have some showers and storms that are out there currently just kind of floating around the area. One thing we're noticing though is that we've got some rain showers right now in Omaha. Tomorrow's forecast will have the severe weather chances higher up to our north within Kansas as well as Nebraska, and that's the reason why the OU baseball game with the College World Series has been moved up because of the chance for storms. So they're already preparing for the chance for severe weather there. Some of those storms may try to make their way southward into Oklahoma by the time we get to tomorrow night. We'll talk about that here over the course of our forecast. So we'll be in the upper 80s tomorrow. We'll be in the upper 90s for highs on Sunday for Father's Day. So very hot this weekend. Both days have the chance for storms, but both days' chance for storms really should be favoring more of the evening time frame. So there's going to be a lot of actually dry time this weekend to cool off. And so if you're going to area lakes, our GRDA lake level graphic shows most area lakes within our viewing area, Arcadia, Thunderbird, and Arbuckle, are all essentially right around average. And then the green country lakes we have listed here, Tenkiller, Eufaula, and Grand, are a few feet higher than normal, but still nothing crazy like it was last year where we had all that flooding across green country, where Call Lake, for example, I remember that one at one point was like 25 feet higher than normal. So we're doing a lot better there lake level wise than we were last summer at this time, because 4th of July is the peak lake season that we are talking about in Oklahoma. So with a chance for storms tomorrow as well as on Sunday. Tomorrow's chance for storms will be coming on in from Colorado as well as Kansas as a little complex comes into Oklahoma. And then on Sunday, the reason why we have storms will be thanks to this cold front firing off those storms as we go on into the evening and nighttime hours. And then this boundary sticks around for early next week, keeping rain in our forecast. So you'll see that we do have a margin of risk for tomorrow and also a bit of a slight risk as well into the far northwest corner of the state. The primary reason for that will be winds gusts. Now it has it on here at 80 miles an hour, but the thing is that we're going to be watching storms that'll be stronger off to the northwest and they'll be weakening as they get closer. It's going to be late, as you can see with this graphic. We've got it in there coming in after 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and you'll see that our future cast will probably be even later than that. So all day tomorrow really should be dry. It'll be a hot day out there. So again, perfect pool and lake forecast for your Saturday. And then here we go into the evening. Here are those storms. They could again be producing really strong winds across the Panhandle and southwest Oklahoma and maybe into northwest Oklahoma, but they are weakening as they make their way into the area. And there's a good chance they don't survive east of I-35 and they don't survive south of I-40. So I think that really that northwest corner of the state would really be the only spot to truly see the chance for storms. Again, very late tomorrow night. And then on Sunday for Father's Day, it's going to be hot with temperatures that'll be into the 90s, and we'll be looking at storms again in the forecast and probably also favoring more of a nighttime chance. There's a much larger marginal risk and slight risk out there for our Sunday from SPC, and so as we animate through our future cast on Sunday, maybe a few spotty rain showers in the morning, but we're mostly dry until the evening hours where some of these storms begin to form along our cold front, but there might not be very many of them because it's still such a hot evening out there. It actually might be too capped out there to get many storms until we get to the evening where they come on in, and it can be actually pretty late at night when those storms are able to make their way into our area. So we'll watch out for that. As you can see on Sunday, that would be really more for the nighttime hours into early Monday morning. That's where our excessive rainfall outlook comes from, and then that's going to be along a cold front that will then keep us closer to average for a lot of next week. And so then we're just looking at those just daily chance for storms in the forecast for a lot of next week. And that's the reason why our 10-day looks the way that it does. So we've got the chance for some storms that could be strong to severe both tomorrow night and on Sunday night. Most of the weekend daylight hours really should be dry, so planes should not be impacted. Just be careful out there on Sunday. Dads, if you're doing 18, Might be a little tough out there. Those heat index values could be closer to 110, so you might be kind of packed in with everybody else in the morning. Otherwise, though, next week is actually a bit more comfortable.
There you go. Well, check this out here. Movie fans and collectors get a chance to own some iconic pieces of Hollywood history. Got a lightsaber used by Mark Hamill in The Empire Strikes Back. Expect to be one of the biggest attractions in an upcoming auction. The prop, which includes Luke Skywalker's severed prosthetic hand, will open bidding at $1 million. The 5-day online auction begins next month.
Oh my! I think it's going to go probably like.
It's going to go
plus.
crazy. Yep, it's going to go
plus.
absolutely crazy.
Oh my God! And that's used in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. I mean, an Empire Strikes Back's the best one.
Yeah,
so
that is one of one right there. It's just unreal.
Could you imagine, like, if you go to somebody's house and they got that in a display case, and it's like, that's the one? I feel like
I got his hand.
I got his hand. Yeah.
Wildlife officials in Florida celebrating a major milestone in the fight against invasive Burmese pythons. The Conservancy of Southwest Florida says nearly 180 pythons removed from Collier County between November and April, a record for the program. The snakes are blamed for dramatic declines in native wildlife throughout the Everglades. The largest snake captured weighed 153 pounds, measured 17 feet long.
Yeah, because people just get them as pets. They get too big and they just dump them in the Everglades, and then it's just bad for everybody involved.
Why are we still doing snakes as pets? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. All that snake has to do is have one bad day and just decide he's done putting up with all your crud, and it's over.
Yep, just crush.
It's just
crush your neck, and yeah, you're gone.
Over my neck and my back.
Yeah.
The TSA has a reminder for international visitors heading home after the World Cup: leave room in your checked bag for ranch dressing.
Yes.
The agency says travelers have become so fond of the popular American condiment, it's now reminding passengers about carry-on liquid restrictions. TSA say bottles of ranch larger than 3.4 ounces cannot be packed in carry-on luggage and must be checked ahead of time. I think we are entering a crazy and incredible, unprecedented era where the United States' greatest export could be ranch
dressing. Yeah, and because they're eating it up, like they're running out in restaurants. They're drinking us dry too. Like there are bars that are running a beer. I mean. We are happy that they are here, and we love that they love America.
There are a lot of places that consider us a land of excess, right?
Yeah.
And we were just simply not prepared for the world to indulge in what we've been doing for years.
Yeah, because they love the ranch.
Yeah, that is between that and the videos of the folks like eating Texas barbecue for the first time. I'm like, we did it.
We
spread the gospel.
We love you guys here, and we hope you stick around for much longer because we can have until next month, I think, for games.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while. Our temperatures, though, this weekend are going to be quite hot. 89 for tomorrow, 97 for the high on Sunday. You've got the chance for some strong to severe storms both days, but like we talked about earlier, they are primarily more of a nighttime chance for storms. So much of the day, especially Saturday, much of the day will be dry. On Sunday, still kind of iffy with the placement of our front, but I still think, though, it's mostly in the evening and nighttime hours where you'd be done with any Father's Day festivities outside. And you've got more of those daily chance for storms in the forecast for next week.